Are y'all ready for the jam? Yo, G, kick it.
Jam. Oh, jam. Jam. Teddy jam for me.
It's that time. Relationship Party with Rod and Charmaine. If you're having challenges with your man, woman, kids, or even yourself, whatever your issues, Rod and Charmaine can help. So fasten your seatbelt and get ready for the Relationship Party, where it is what it is, not what it's supposed to be.
All right. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Rod with your girl Charmaine, and this is the Relationship Party, where it is what it is.
Not what it's supposed to be. I was asleep. I'm sorry.
Rewind. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Rod, and it's your girl Charmaine, and this is the Relationship Party, where it is what it is.
Not what it's supposed to be.
Some people need to pay attention and do what they're supposed to do. It's a beautiful day in the A, y'all. It's a nice 90-degree day in the A. Kids back to school. Traffic is bananas like it usually is when school time, but that's all right, because for all of y'all that got children, I know y'all glad to get them out the house. Miss Charmaine, what's going on?
Well, it's a beautiful day. We have a lot going on today, y'all, and I want to apologize for my producer right now, who's going to have to keep his finger on you can't say that on the air button. I also want to remind everybody to call in at
404-603-8770. Oh.
So definitely do that. And I would apologize up front. I'm a little angry today. And we're going to be talking about two things today. So if my face look a little ugly, if I'm not nice to the callers today, because if y'all calling here with these shenanigans, I haven't really settled in on this yet, so I probably won't be my best self. So first, we're going to be talking about two things, and I think we have a call already. We're going to be talking about, can black people be racist?
Yup.
Number one. And then, one thing. And then we're also going to be talking about what Trump and ISIS did today. For those of you who haven't heard, they detained 680 people.
No, they ain't detained. They arrested. Let's get it right.
Okay. Arrested 680 people in Mississippi who were allegedly here illegally. But some of them, and a lot of them, have been here 10 to 15 years working at the factory that they locked them up at when their kids were going to their first week of school.
First day.
Feeling some type of way? But we're going to talk about it. But let's get this caller on the air. Make sure they're calling in the right show. Caller, you're on the air. What's your name and where you calling from? Oh, see that?
Must have been a Trump apologist.
Right.
Knew he was going to get lambasted today, calling up here on the Relationship Party.
Oh, yeah. Today is not the day. So let's talk about this 680 people that were arrested. Trump and them have been talking about what they were going to do. We knew it was coming. First, let's go back to, we want to give our heartfelt condolences to those people who lost family members in those last two mass shootings.
Yeah, El Paso and Ohio.
Yes. While he's on his way there to talk to mostly Hispanic families and saying we sorry, he down in Mississippi locking up their kinfolks. I'm feeling some type of way, so y'all gonna have to forgive me today. Okay, so first let's give our condolences. And let's talk about that. So if y'all want to call in and you have something to say about that as well, what needs to be done, we always want to be about solutions. We can shake our heads all day long. What can we do different? How do y'all feel about the gun laws? How should they be changed? Let's talk about that. So first I'm going to go to the shootings. I'm going to tell y'all what's pissing me off about what I'm hearing so far. I keep hearing a question about them questioning their mental illness. If y'all can see my face, I got on the blank stare. First of all,
oh Lord,
of course you have mental illness if you can go shoot over 20-some people. Why are you asking that? Is it because they white? So now you almost setting up the doubt of, well, let's look and see. If he was another color, or wore some kind of headgear, would you be looking and seeing? I'm a little upset about this right now. So I don't want to hear any more about checking their mental illness. Quite sure, producer, get your button ready. I'm quite sure it's crazy. Okay? The point is, if you kill that many people premeditated and on purpose, you are a terrorist. Now, if you want to be a mentally ill terrorist, I don't care what you put in front of it, but definitely the word terrorist should be used. And I'm not hearing that. That's the problem. Is my head shaking, Rodney, still?
It really is.
I stopped talking, my head's still shaking.
Yeah,
Sorry, y'all.
You look like a bobblehead over there.
I'm sorry. I told you. Forgive me up front. Go ahead.
You know, this whole situation is really getting out of hand because we're not calling a spade a spade. You know, when certain people do certain things, it's always some kind of issue as to why it is that way. The opioid epidemic. Now it's an epidemic because a certain class of people are now falling prey to it.
Right now it's a disease.
It's an issue. Now it's an issue when a certain type of people start killing people. Now it's due to mental capacity. You locked up 680 people who were at work when you were talking about all these Hispanic people that you want to keep out of the country because they are rapists, they're murderers and drug dealers. Those people you locked up were at work. Whether they were illegal immigrants or whatever, people that's been at that factory for 10 to 15 years, now you decide you want to see. So there's definitely some type of agenda behind what's going on, because why? To me, as soon as I heard it this morning, I said it was a diversion. You flying to Texas to give, consolation to the people in Texas, while at the same time you're locking up 680 people in Mississippi. That's not coincidence.
Absolutely not.
So we really got to look at what's actually going on and stop. The thing that we do the most is the thing that irks me the most is we do a lot of talking, but we have no action behind the things that we say.
Absolutely. And now it comes to a point. So let's go. Okay. So we're hitting the concept of how things are led to believe, and we all know the game. And I do think CNN a lot for calling a spade, for putting a lot of truths out there, even though it still does not seem to be moving the needle a whole lot. And hopefully it is. Y'all make sure y'all give us a call at 404-603-8770 and tell us what you think. But I'm feeling some type of way, so I don't want to hear anything else. So now when I'm in the airport and the white goofy boy sitting next to me with some glasses on, should I be concerned? Are y'all going to make that a stigma like anybody who had a turban might be getting ready to hijack the airplane? Y'all gonna feel uneasy about that?
And another thing that really kind of gets you is, you have a guy in New York selling Lucy cigarettes. You take him to the ground. He say he can't breathe. You got 8 different cops on him, and he dies from selling cigarettes. But you got a guy that goes into Walmart and kills 20 people, and he's arrested and led away in handcuffs.
Right. And let's keep talking about the manifesto. Don't keep talking about his mental illness, whether he was or not. He had a manifesto. Let's read it. Let's call it for what it is, and let's stop trying to get sympathy from the other side, because that's not what you give to other people.
Well, see, a manifesto basically is a plan of attack. I'm planning to do such and such and such. Let somebody else write out a quote unquote manifesto. No, that's your plan on what you're getting ready to do. Just like you set up a plan to be successful at your job, in your marriage or whatever, that was a plan to kill as many people as he could do.
Absolutely. But let's grab this caller real quick. Caller, you're on the air. What's your name and where you're calling from?
Hey, what's going on? Am I on?
Yes, you are.
Hey, how you doing? It's Dr. Woody.
Hey, Dr. Woody.
Dr. Woody.
Hey, so what did you want to call in and respond to, Woody?
Well, this is one that I definitely wanted to say. And something that was said on MSNBC last week that I saw live, and I wholeheartedly agreed with it, and I've actually said it before. This is not this whole thing about the shootings, and this Trump has something to do with it, but this is a manifest of what's been going on for years. He's opened the door, and other people have just simply ran through it.
Absolutely.
Because when you have a group, we have so many incidents of Caucasian people who are either spitting on black folks in public or calling black folks nigger or telling folks to go back to where they came from. So here's the thing. White folks need to get this and I'm far from a racist, but white folks need to get this understanding. They are descendants of Ireland, Europe, and all those other places. So if anybody needs to go back to somewhere, they need to go back. I'm not saying they should, but I'm just saying the reference is that if you're black, you're not. You're from somewhere else. I'm a United States Marine Corps veteran, and if anybody who has the nerve to tell me or any other person who has served this country, and yet they have not picked up a rifle or anything to protect this country, but only to promote propaganda, they are the ones that need to leave. Now, and back to the situation about the people being arrested. Come on now, you can't tell me these shootings took place in El Paso and in Dayton, and then within less than 72 hours, 96 hours, they do a raid on this fact, as if these people were going to be leaving or causing any chaos. No, this is to prove that this is their act, their way of showing that these people are here illegally and they're causing problems. How can people be causing problems when they're at work, paying taxes, taking their kids to school, being positive within the community? I'm not saying that they should come here illegally.
Right.
But my point being is, they are doing most of the jobs that even us as black folks, some of us will not do. And but you got to think about it. We're all akin to this. You know, because these are the people that make the chicken, cut the chickens up in the factories and whatnot. So when we go buy chicken or we go buy hamburgers or steaks or whatever, we got to think about what we're doing and contributing to it as well. So it's a whole big manifest of so many different things.
Absolutely.
But this is not about Trump. These people have been like this for years. It's just now coming out where everybody can see it, and they think they have a license to do it.
But listen, but some people can spark things. But ISIS is about Trump. Trump has made the call to do what he's doing it the way that he's doing. Not so much about the shooting. So sometimes there are things that can spark some things, and this is my issue. Also, I did have a couple people earlier. I put on my page how I felt about it. And someone said to us, well, you know, I do feel some type of way that they come over here and get some assistance that we don't even get. Well, who fault is that? Yeah, your government do that.
Right. It's not their fault. I mean, they're coming and taking advantage of the opportunities that are provided by the country. Just like anybody else, if certain things were provided to us as blacks, Hispanics, whatever the color, that particular set of people are going to take advantage of whatever it is that's being provided.
And let me just say this, and it's not going to stop them if they stop giving it to them. You've been here since you built it. They ain't gave you nothing more than welfare. You still ain't going to get it. So you don't be mad at another whole ethnic group because of what your country won't give to you, but will give to somebody else. You're pissing me off.
And to Dr. Woody's point, you know, yeah, it's not. You can't say Trump. You told him to go shoot these people, right. But because when you're constantly spewing that kind of hatred, that kind of message, yeah, you're emboldening people who already have that thought in mind. You're giving them the chutzpah to say, now because the president is on this kind of, I'm going to go do it.
Because they would have been did it if they thought they could.
Right. And when you see it happen in such rapid succession, you're getting people coming out of the woodworks doing what they really wanted to do, but wouldn't do before. But now that the leader of the free world is making it okay because he's saying exactly what you're feeling, now you're feeling emboldened and empowered to say, you know what? Okay, he got my back. Let me go get this.
And before we move on to the topic at hand, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in, because today we're going to be talking about, can black people be racist?
Y'all.
We're going to talk about that, but we were talking about Trump and the ISIS raid that occurred where they locked up 680 people at work because they worked at a factory.
At work.
So a couple things. For those of you who keep saying, I don't care what your color is, that, yeah, they taking up our jobs. Now, pack and go to Mississippi.
Because it's 680 jobs
680
available.
jobs. Are you going to go down there, do what they did for the pay that they did it for? 9 times out of 10, you're not. So shut it up. That's number one. Get your mind together. Number two, I want you to understand how we as black people were just treated here, maybe even 50, not even 50 years ago. Now, let me tell you something. When you think something won't happen to you, now this is what's really pissing me off. It's not even so much dummy Trump.
Don't say his name is Agent Orange.
What really pisses me off, that America, we are watching. Let me tell you something about a bully. A bully keep bullying until he get hit in the mouth.
Right.
Right now, America, we have to unify and give this fool a hit in the mouth, and the Republicans. If y'all don't stand up and say something, then guess what? You should be voted out. Now, you should be voted. No. We need to stand. Something needs to be organized so they can see the faces and be like, ooh, they serious. Because let me tell you what they know. Most of the time, Americans going to sit and do what we doing right now. We're going to shake our head. I know that's right. They don't make no sense. They need to do something. They know you ain't going to get up and do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
They know tomorrow you're going to be talking about something else. We have to show them better. Some kind of way. And I'm not saying that they're not. I'm asking, where is our organizations? Even NAACP, the Jewish community. We need to be standing with these immigrants right now because none of us come from here. This used to be the melting pot. Now you're going to decide who you want to let in and let out. Now, I'm with you if you was locking up some gang members. You're locking up people, parents. Now what happens to the kids?
Right.
With a communities that will try to do the best that they can, was probably also working at the factory with limited money. Now you got a whole bunch of extra kids. Now, when a kid's not showing up for school, now somebody else is getting charges. Are y'all then taking the children? Right. Oh, no, they're abandoned. Oh, no, this is the situation. So now y'all going to go pick up the kids? This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is looking a lot like the Holocaust to me. You're locking them up and putting them in camps. I kind of remember Hitler was going on people's jobs and people's houses, snatching mofos out and putting them in camps. And then at some point, they became concentration camps.
Changing laws to make it legal.
Then you started killing people. Come on, man. So for those of us who want to be, we feel safe. What happens when they change the rule just a little bit now to include you? The rule has already been set in motion. I need a dump button. It's already been set in motion. Now all they got to do is throw you in. And here comes the great divide. This is what happens. Just like you have a rich people, what they do, and I'm just going to keep it at a color for a moment. I'm not just going to exclude anyone, but I'm just going to go here for a minute. You have rich white people who then take poor white people, play on their mentality to divide them against us by color. But at least you better than them, even though you still poor and live in a trailer park.
Right.
They still want to make you believe that you're better than them. And therefore, there's still a divide, and they can still use the pawns wherever they choose. Mm-hmm. Like they're doing right now with the poor little mentally challenged trash killing 20 and 30 people. Okay? Trash. But what's killing me is if we sit back, now we went for the great divide. Because now that we not being enslaved, but we watching them, it's like, oh, that is so horrible. Oh, my goodness. Are we can ready to sit there and do the same? We can ready to play to the game and not kick up no dust and watching this be done to other people on our land? That is what's pissing me off.
And with that saying, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Let Charmaine cool down, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Yeah.
Finally, a place for the t-shirt lover in you. Go to tshirtpalace.com for the hottest trends, custom tees, and more. tshirtpalace.com, where quality, style, and customer service is our priority. tshirtpalace.com for the t-shirt lover in you.
Home values are at an all-time high. It's time to sell, sell, sell. If you're looking to upgrade or downsize into a new home, Connections Realty Group can help. Let us give you the true value of your home for free. Give Connections Realty Group a call today for your free report or go to our website at connectionsrg.com. Connections Realty Group, always making sure you get the most and the best.
For live videos and great conversation, like the Relationship Party on Facebook and Instagram at Relationship Party. Like us today.
We came through the storm, nooses on our necks, and a smallpox blanket to keep us warm. On a 747 on the Pentagon lawn. Wake up, the alarm clock is connected to a bomb.
Yeah, y'all.
Anthrax lab on a West Virginia farm.
We back.
Shorty ain't learned to walk, already heavily armed.
The Relationship Party with your boy Rod, your girl Charmaine. Y'all, we were just talking about Agent Orange and what happened, just yesterday with 680 Hispanics being locked up at work.
And what we going to do about
They
it?
weren't rapists. They weren't terrorists. They weren't drug dealers. They were working people. The day was the first day of school for their kids. So when they came out, the kids didn't have nobody picking them up. It's a situation where we really got to sit back and say, okay, like Charmaine said, what are we going to do about it? Because this is really getting out of hand. And when excuses are always made for another type of person, but everybody else is always an issue and they're bad people, we got to really step up to this situation. And if I'm gonna get on the soapbox just real quick, if y'all don't get out and vote this time, if y'all don't take this thing serious this time, understand things are only going to get worse. I was talking to Charmaine earlier today, and I was saying how, in a president's first term, they got to kind of toe the line a little bit just so they can get reelected for their second term, so they can really do what they want to do and their agenda can really come to fruition. Every president has done that. Getting to that second term is key for a president because now they can really act like a donkey's behind and do what they want, knowing that they're not going to have another term.
Right. Absolutely.
So if y'all don't understand the importance of this election, even more important than when Barack Obama got elected president, that was not nearly as significant as what has to happen in 2020.
And go ahead, I'm sorry.
So again, you hearing it first from Rod on a Relationship Party. Y'all really got to start rallying the troops and making sure that people who need to get out and vote by any means necessary, because right now we're almost at crisis situation in this country.
And let's not wait till it get to that point. But I see a lot of people in life that way. They don't, humans don't generally like to plan too far in advance, but always want some great results. Or people like to wait to the last minute to be hustling, bustling around. Let's not do that. Let's not wait till we so far in that our backs are so far against the wall. And I know for human nature, for those of us who think we doing all right, we got our ride, got a little money, we focusing on our cash, we focusing on our kids. But when you don't have liberties, and when you watch other people's liberties go away, you need to get uncomfortable. I had to struggle with that because I'm kind of comfortable right now. Not because I'm where I want to be, but I'm a little comfortable. So then do I turn the eye to what I see that is right, not right, and indecent to try to hold on to my little one false paycheck is out.
Right.
So somebody said to me, well, would it take a lot of manpower to do the applications and get this stuff right. Would you be willing to pay more taxes? I pay more taxes anyway.
Yeah, they're going to charge you what they charge you.
So what? But you're the only one. So y'all telling me that you would rather see 680 people get locked up because you don't want to pay more taxes so somebody else can have a job and process this damn paperwork? Shame on you.
And just like you said, Charmaine, the person that said that to you, they're comfortable. They don't want to rock their little boat. But like you said, just 50 years ago, our little boat was being rocked.
Thank you.
And if certain people didn't come to our aid, to say, hey, that's not right. Y'all can't do that to these people, where would we be?
Right. And we got a good chance right now by just showing some unity. We don't have to go back to the struggle of that, putting our lives on the line and that kind of thing. We just got to say, no. We need to do the
one becomes two becomes
Matumbo.
four becomes 1,000, and next thing you know, because again, many hands make a heavy load light. Somebody has to start doing something. If nobody does anything, guess what? Agent Orange gets away with everything that he wants to get away with.
And where's our leadership?
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking the ones that we do have, because I'm not saying you can do everything and everything is not your calling. But what I'm saying is we do need more leadership wherever you're at.
It's got to be more than Elijah Cummings.
Right. If God has been pulling on your heartstrings to do some things, maybe you comfortable, but he built you for this. We need you. We need somebody that's rallying the troops. Part of why it's not that we won't get up and do some things. We're not organized. They understand that. We need to get more organized and make some moves. Now, I had to think about this, Rod, too. Y'all, we on a soapbox today, but whatever. This is our show. We do what we want to do. But let me say this. In different instances, I've seen people say, I'm tired of the marching. Y'all just gonna keep marching. We ain't got nowhere with that. It just dawned on me today. You have to do multiple things to make a point and make a movement. And I never thought about this before. The purpose of the march is for people to see that you're unified.
And to bring the awareness.
That there's something about the occur. That then to watch the people that's sitting on top of the hill is like, ooh, shit, they ain't sitting in the house no more, y'all. They ain't at their different dinner tables. Somebody and something done got them outside. And we need to back off a little bit before this goes somewhere else. Let's let them go back to sleep. I didn't think about the purpose of the march before. I didn't think about the purpose of the gathering together. It is a signal, and it is a sign, at least one. Doesn't mean it's the end all or be all.
Right.
That, here they come. People are starting to get rallied together. They rather you be separate and apart, because where you are together, things are going to occur and God is going to charge some things.
Because with the march, again, that's just the awareness of things to come. You can't just march and it be okay. That's what's been the problem over this last, 5, 6, 7 years, the Freddie Gray situation, all these, the Mike Brown situation, all we did was march. There was nothing else behind the march.
Right.
There was no organization behind the scenes saying, okay, we're going to march. We're going to bring awareness to this situation, that situation, whatever it may be. And then a group of people in the background saying, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is what we need to further this cause, and . Back in the day when Martin Luther King and all of them, when they did their marches, they had meetings saying, okay, this is what we need to do. We're not just going to march down Alabama Avenue. While y'all march down Alabama Avenue, I'm going to the White House. I'm going to D.C.
Right.
I'm
Everybody
going to this
in their
place.
City. Right. Everybody do it in
We're
their
doing
city.
this. So now collectively, again, many hands make a heavy load light. Everybody's doing a little bit, just like D said in the chat room. A steady drip of water can wear a hole in a rock, and that's
Absolutely.
That's what we have
because
to do.
they have to see that we're serious.
Right.
They have to say that, especially like the Republicans, these people that need to be voted back in. When they start to see people that look like, she voted for me. What the? Hey, Trump, y'all, check this out. because they're not even going to continue to put their livelihood. But because we're letting him get away with what he's getting away with, then you're going to let them get away with it too. It's so the thought.
And therein lies the problem is with this Republican Party. Not that Democrats do everything right.
No, not at all.
But Republicans are so in fear of what they're going to lose if they oppose this man.
Right.
If they go against what he says and what his ideals are, they just go with it. And don't nobody like him.
Right.
But they trying to save the party line. They trying to save face for the party. You ain't gonna have no party to save face for if you keep letting this man do what he wants to do.
If we rally together and they get to see they have backup of voters, because let me tell you what most people will not do. They will not sacrifice their own young for another somebody.
Right.
Now, when they might look like they ain't get ready to get back in office and their money and their houses get ready to go bye-bye, their legacy is about to go bye-bye, guess what's going to happen? Some moves will have to be made.
Do you realize Trump was Democratic back in the day?
Right.
Do you realize that? But because he couldn't get in the Democratic Party and do what he wanted to, he had to go and switch.
Right.
See,
I would have made him change his hair, but
the people,
being anybody.
the people that are still backing him now, you don't have to stop being a Republican. You just have to be a responsible Republican. You can't be in fear that, oh, he's going to fire me. You're a senator. He can't fire you.
And you know what? This is my problem. They need to get away with the division, and that's a whole nother story, because this should be about the country. It shouldn't be about a party, because people say,
right.
oh, you're a
right.
fool. Stop being... Wherever you can see a line of division, people will always use that. And you will always be a pawn when you can't see the bigger picture because of the division. If you can't see the country because you so on Democrat or Republican,
right.
you have an issue, mental issue. Take some medicine and get better. I don't want to hear. It's whoever is qualified to do the best job with things that sound right, that is best for the country. I don't care. So somebody put on my page, well, did you get upset when Obama was doing ISIS? Bruh, you got the wrong one, because I don't care what your color is. If he would have been doing it like I'm seeing it right now, he would have got the he-ho just like I'm giving it to Trump right now. I don't care about color, because I understand evil come in all colors.
Right.
You'll
right.
never fool me just because you're black, because some of y'all I don't like.
Right.
How about that? I'm not on color.
Right.
So
right.
you got the wrong one, and I'm not on party. Because I don't do division. Because whenever you can be divided by division, you can always be tricked, because they can always pull your chain, because they know what's going to pull it. Whether you don't like men or you don't like women. Whether, get rid of as many divisional things as you can for yourself, so you can hear truth. So you can see greatness and things that are right. But on that note, hold on, Rodney. We had some people responding to, can black people be racist? And let me go back to this. Let me tell you, so we can be on the same accord with what a racist is. A racist is a person who shows or feels discrimination or prejudice against people of other races, who believe that a particular race is superior to others. Now I'm gonna ask the question again. Can black people be racist?
Yeah.
With not your made up definition or how I feel about it. No, that's not how it works. With the definition that I just read, I'm going to read it one more time. A person who shows or feels discrimination or prejudice against people of other races, or who believes that a particular race is superior to another.
Now, let me tell you why, because I still say yes to that.
Okay.
Because the part you're going to hinge on is that last part. Who feel superior towards others.
Right, because there's some black people who feel like superior.
But in reading that definition, it says or. It didn't say that first part of the definition you read. You can be black and feel some type of way about people of other colors.
Yes.
And all that stuff.
Yes, you can.
So based on that definition, yes, you can be a racist.
Absolutely you can.
And I hear it every day where black people are talking about, excuse me, talking about white people in a racist fashion. We just don't look at it that way because we were the ones that were enslaved. So therefore, we can't be racist because they did it to us. We didn't do it to them. That's the mentality that I hear most black people say when they say we can't be racist. But yes, you can, because when you look down on, oh, that cracker he ain't nothing but a cracker. He ain't that. You know what I mean? Those are racist statements, racist tendencies that you have.
Well, let me say why I brought this to light. Because I think we need to talk about racism a little bit. If the definition, because there's always that fine line that divides. If racism is just thinking you're better than another race, because there are a lot of black people who believe that we are the original people, that we was kings and queens, you came and stole it, you're beneath us, you're fear of us, you're scared of us, we athletically dominate you. That is called, you feel like you're superior to others, right? So I'm saying it to flip it on the other side because we get mad when other people do it. And how about if you are one of those people? I don't see anything wrong with how you see those things. But then can you then get mad at the other person? The white person who may feel like they're the more superior race for whatever they deem their history to be. Now, because it's just a belief, it don't make it true, no matter who's thinking it. It's a matter of your opinion. Now, is it more about you just believing that, or is it more about your action? Because if you feel like your race is better than the next race, does that make you a bad person?
If it's up here, no, because I what's up here, I can't tell. But when you outwardly put what's out, when you take it from here and you disseminate it so people can see it, feel it, hear it, that's when it becomes racist. Because I don't know if you're a racist or not if you never say anything, if you never do anything that has racist overtones or undertones to it. But once you start, clutching your purse and walking across the street because you white and I'm black and I got cornrows, now I can feel it.
Right. And then vice versa. There's some black people who don't like white people touching them because they scared they're going to get fleas. They be like, So again, the question, that's why I posed the question. Because I think sometimes we have to embrace, in order to get a better understanding of something, you have to get clarification. So I'm not mad if you're a white person who is not most comfortable being around black people because that's not where you've been. Mm-hmm. Because I guarantee you there are a whole bunch of black people, because that's not about a color, that's about experience,
right,
who have not had the experience of being around a lot of white people. And so, of course, you may feel uncomfortable until you get to know some people. Does that make you racist? Now, in me being a little uncomfortable, some people might be able to see that and take that to be something different. And I'm saying that for sometimes we always want to make everything about they're racist versus sometimes could it just be that they're uncomfortable? Mm-hmm. If right now you put me in a room with a whole bunch of goofy looking white boys that they have these sweaty palms and they got guns or talk about they get racist, I'm feeling some type of way.
Yeah, that ain't racist. Crowd. That's scared. That's just being scared and being fearful. Not necessarily racist, because you in an uncomfortable, like you said, you in an uncomfortable situation
that you're. The guns out. Okay, I went too far.
Yeah, it don't even have to be guns. Yeah. It could be. You can put me in a room of 10 white guys that look a little shady. I'm gonna be uncomfortable. It's not racist. I'm just in an uncomfortable situation. You drop me in Nashville and put me in a bar in Nashville.
Right, I'm
gonna feel some type of way. Just like if you drop somebody who's not racist at all from Nashville, take them down on Garby Road in Atlanta, right? They're gonna feel some kind of way.
And that's what all I'm saying is. But now we have a caller, but we're gonna grab this caller. But when I bring this caller, and I want y'all to think about something, because Ken Woody did say something about, and we had this at our social Sundays. This was our question. So with people who keep saying, come back to where you came from, a lot of times when they're saying that to agitate you. They're saying that to piss you off and hoping that they offend you. For a lot of people, they are being offended. So what I want to say is, and they're coming with a strategy. That's why you're hearing it all over the country. You're not hearing it one or two places. Now that's some little thing that they can say, or even using the N-word. They use it because you're going to be offended and you're going to be pissed off. I'm hoping you hit me so I can call the police. Now, so I wanted to know, what could we verbally say back? Let's strengthen ourselves and get some strategy. What could we verbally say back that'll make you never want to say that out your mouth again? So y'all think about that while I grab this caller. Caller, you're on the air. What's your name and where you calling from?
Good day, good people.
Hey, handsome, how are you?
How are y'all doing?
Good.
Wonderful. It's a wonderful day in the A.
It's a cloudy day in the MIA, but we're going to handle it because we need the rain.
So give us your take. What did you want to respond to, Derek?
Okay. We had a back and forth earlier today.
Right.
Okay. And so I want to make myself crystal clear. Okay.
Okay.
It really kind of incenses me at times, but not so much at the person, but at the environment in which we live, that people just don't know how DC works and why things are done or why things are put in place to elicit some reactions out of things. I have been a staunch opponent of this two-party system for the longest time, probably since I took my first government class in high school. It reeks of extremism, okay? Because everything we say about Republicans, we can say about Democrats, because not too long ago, Democrats were Republicans.
Right.
So I am not either a Democrat or Republican because I think both of them in their own sneaky, conniving kind of way have used the African American in this country for their own personal gain.
Right. Yeah. Everybody. Right.
Now, when I made the statement before, when we were having our back and forth, is there anybody here that is ready to sacrifice part of their income to pay for not only the personnel, but the buildings and so forth that will be needed to process our new immigration reform when it comes to fruition? I was saying basically, yes, we need to, but when in the world is Congress going to stop voting for a pay increase during every legislative session? And since they want to figure out how we're going to fix this immigration problem, I don't see them not one time saying, you know what, I'm going to pass this time on the pay increase because I'm doing fairly well. We need to have some clear common sense reform ideas on how we can solve this problem. Okay?
Absolutely.
That's number one.
Right. And we can't make the government, because we already know how the government works to a certain extent. So at the situation at hand, we know there's going to take money to implement anything. My thing is, but you're sending all this money to lock up 680 people, find a place to detain them, the same building that you using to detain them, you can use to process paperwork. How about that? How about all the money you spending to lock up everyday working people? You could take that and fix this water in Flint. Since you got something to do, since you got some money to spare, come on, man. It is ridiculous. We need to hold people's feet to the fire, and we can't keep waiting for the people who've done what they always do to make the change. Somewhere, we have to start expecting something different, coming up with real solutions. And I'm not saying that I have them, because I haven't. I think we really need a think tank so we can talk some things through, because I know it's not as easy as This is what I think. You know what I mean? This is what they should do. We know the political process, but there are people who do know it. But when are we going to start doing something, even making people have to make a move so you can't sit there and do it? I don't care how much they make, as long as you do what you need to do for the country. But we're not holding their feet to the fire on this, and we should be appalled and in an uproar about what they just did, because there's more to come. What Trump is doing now is trying to say, I did good on my promise, because he's trying to get reelected in 2020. Y'all think that's only them 680 people. Please, it's about to be on and popping. Every week you wake up, he's going to come back and a whole nother gang of people are going to be locked up again. And is that fair?
I want to pose this to y'all because y'all are old enough that I think y'all remember this. Do you ever remember the movie, The Planet of the Apes, the original one?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
With Charlton Heston and so forth?
Mm-hmm.
What did you think afterwards, especially growing up, when you kept seeing that movie? I saw it as a microcosm of the fear that most Anglo-Saxon white Americans have on what this world will become, and they needed to put some things in place to make sure that it didn't get to that point. Even if they were going to war with each other, the aftermath was not going to be so minorities were going to be the new rulers of the earth. That's how I saw it.
Right.
And you know, even going back to the original, and even through the remake and all of that, you still have that undertone of that. You know what I mean? I was talking to somebody earlier today, and I said, we are headed to another civil war. Because at some point, people are going to get tired of being victims. People are going to get tired of not having a voice and having to do what somebody else says when they know it's not right. And when people get to that point where they're like, all right, enough is enough, and start retaliating, hopefully, prayerfully, it won't get to that because we're going to get Agent Orange out of there. But if something's not done, just like you said, that Planet of the Apes thing, that fear is going to continue to breed, spread, and get worse and worse and worse to the point where it's going to boil over. And at some point, we're going to be on the brink of civil war, in my opinion.
And I'm going to tell you something else, Rod. This will not end with Trump. Okay? Because this didn't start with Trump. That's why it won't end with Trump. Trump only brought forth the manifestation of what we already knew, but just kicked it up a notch, just poured a little more gasoline on it. Let me tell you something. This man is trying to keep from going to jail because he knows once he's out of office, he's going to be prosecuted like you never saw an ex-president prosecuted before. All he's trying to do now is stay out of jail.
Right. And hopefully, if he doesn't get this second term, I don't think it won't, because nobody has the kind of outward bravado about this situation like he does. He's always had this his whole life. This is who he's always been. Trump and his empire, his real estate dynasties, the TV shows. This is outspoken, loud, and brash. You've never seen a politician in this form before. Out of everybody out there now this on the political scene, nobody else has this kind of bravado to do this kind of thing. So I don't think it will be as bad. Has it always been there? Yes. But because Trump is spewing this rhetoric on a daily basis, tweeting and things of that nature, that's why it's ramping up the way it is. Somebody else comes in office, they won't be that same character. And if they are that same character, now they're going to be looked at as a fraud, and it'll be a lot different if somebody else tries to do the same thing.
And let me say this. I really believe, and I'm not saying I'm right because we can only believe unless somebody going to do the numbers, that the racist is a small number. It's much smaller than it used to be. Over the last 50 years, people have had different experiences where the ignorance has been lessened. And I'm not saying that there are not quite a few. What I'm saying is sometimes people try to play things up as if it's the mainstream, like everybody's doing it. Mm-hmm. One, in order to get you to think that that's the thing that you should do. So the thing that I think they do on that side is make it seem like for them that this is the place to be. Everybody's doing it. If you're not, you're the abnormal. Bullshit. Now we have been in such a melting pot for so long, unless you in the hick Montana, Missouri, where the hills at, and you ain't never seen black folk, then it's a little different. Or some places in Mississippi is still a little slow. I think they should just get rid of that whole state. But anyway.
That was racist.
No, because I'm talking about the black people. Like, they just need to take all of them and put them in different places because they so far back in time. You'll go there and still think they're in the 60s.
It's still the poor state.
Yeah, they got a lot going on. So we just need to relocate all of them and get them some new experiences. That's a good idea. See, we came up with a solution. That was one. Okay. Did somebody write that down?
Okay, but let me tell you something else, okay? Because see, Trump didn't think he was going to win the last election, okay?
Right.
He wanted to at least make noise because he was planning on starting his own network. Now, what you think he's going to do, unless he goes to jail, what you're going to think he's going to do when he gets beat? He's going to come out knowing he still has a bunch of followers, knowing that he's still broke, because he's so broke and filed bankruptcy so many times in this country that he can't even get a loan in this country. We all know where he's gotten his money from, unless you're living under a rock. That's why he won't show his tax returns.
Right. And the thing is, do you really care? And I'm going to give y'all the truth. Some things I don't even care about, only because more than worry about what somebody else is doing is what you going to do. We all know you can't stop other people from doing what you going to do. That's why when evil people or bad people or misled people do things, it doesn't really bother me so much what they do. What bothers me is how less we do. How is the people who have more sense and that are more intelligent, have more compassion, get beat out by that? So that doesn't piss me off. What pisses me off...
Hey, did you know the real 1100 AM
what pisses me
is
off,
now on Facebook?
What pisses me off, sorry about the technical difficulties, is the lack of what we do, that we just sit and have a conversation. If your purpose is to be evil or to do bad, then you are serving your purpose. I can't get mad at that, and I don't expect anything less from you.
And the problem with that is because people who are doing the evil, they don't have red tape. They just do it and it's done. Everything else to do the right thing is so much freaking red tape involved in doing the right thing. I got to get congressional approval for this and that and this. So by time we're able to do the right thing, even done been done 15 times.
Yeah, no, I still, it's always more than one way to skin a cat. And that's why I said about strategy. So I'm never really concerned. I'm always going to look at what you're doing, but I'm not mad at you and keep calling you out because you're doing your job. That's what you are there for, to raise rhetoric and chaos. What I get mad at are all of us who sit back and do nothing. That's what's disgusting. How can I expect an evil person to do something better?
We're too worried about what's going on in the Real Housewives. That's what we're worried about.
Yeah. No, and let me say this. I believe there is a great a part of us who do better, who want to do better, but we're never in the room at the same time. So I'm not going to keep saying that because I know a lot of good people, such as yourself, that don't watch a housewife. But we're still not in the same place at the same time, coming up with strategies and making moves. And we've been doing that, or the lack of that, since the inception, since we've been here. And we've got to change that philosophy and that principle of the way we get things done, or we're going to always lose. Black power, I know we coming to power. The only thing that scares me about that, some of y'all so mad and so angry about what was done to you. Make sure when we get our power back, y'all, we be good. Not angry. We need to be good kings and queens. Man, not payback. Good kings and queens, decent and in order. So, yeah, let's work that out. Derek, we're going to talk to you off the air because we need to make some changes. We need to make some moves. We can do this. Y'all,
Absolutely.
We love y'all. Welcome to the relationship party.
It is what it is.
Not what it's supposed to be. Get your life right. Stand up for something or you'll fall for anything. Let's get these people out these detention centers. The Hispanics need our help. They brown, y'all. They brown. All right, y'all. We out of here. Good night, everybody.
See ya.
Tune your radio.
Tune in
now.